Today we're talking offers and how to make yours win. Now if you don't already know me, my name is Zach Satin. I'm a local real estate agent here in South Florida, providing you with the best info in the real estate game. And if you haven't already, go ahead and slam that subscribe button and ring that bell to get notified when I put out a new video every single week. The first thing to do when putting an offer on a home is leave some wiggle room. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say you have $450,000 you're pre-approved for. You go and see this house you really, really love, and you decide you're going to offer all $450,000 on that house. Don't do that. You might think this is a good idea, but it could actually make the seller and their agent very nervous because it really leaves no wiggle room at all for future negotiations in appraisal, inspection, anything like that. There's no negotiation that you can handle because you're already at your max. What I would recommend is that you use something called an escalation clause. Now, what is an escalation clause? So let's say you're again pre-approved for $450,000. You go and see this house, right? But you don't want to offer straight up $450,000 on this house. So what you would do is use something called escalation clause, which pretty much means that you'll say start your offer at $405,000 up to a max of $450,000, and you'll do increments of $2,000. So basically, you will start your offer at $405,000, and unless somebody offers higher than you, let's say somebody offers $407,000, your offer will immediately go up to $409,000, all the way up to you hit that max of $450,000. This basically gives you a bunch of wiggle room to get that house for possibly less than you thought you would need to pay, or get it for however much you're willing to pay in the first place. Either way, it's a win-win situation. Number two, do your research on the market and the seller. Have your buyer agent run a CMA on the neighborhood. Make sure that house will actually appraise when you offer what you want to offer on it. Because what's the point of offering $450,000 if the house won't even appraise for $450,000? You might as well just not even buy the house. And then, like I said, make sure your agent does research on the sellers themselves. Why are they selling? Do they have a job and they need to go move quickly to this new job, so they need a faster closing? Or maybe they just haven't found the house that they're looking for yet, and maybe they need a longer closing. You never know what they need, so make sure that you know what terms that they need to get you closer to buying that house. Number three, make a respectable offer, please. 9 times out of 10, when you lowball somebody's home, you're not getting that house. It's just not going to happen, especially in the market that we're in. Of course, I'm not telling you to offer too much for the house, but don't offer too little either. Make sure your agent does the proper research on the market to make sure you offer a fair price on that home. And keep in mind, the real estate market is not a flea market. You do not want to insult the seller in any way by lowballing your offers too much. Another thing you might want to consider is just looking at it from the seller's perspective. If you're going to put your home up for $450,000 and somebody rolls in and offers you $250,000, you might not even want to look at it. If you can, try and go easy with the contingencies. Your standard contingencies are really only going to be the inspection, financing, and appraisal, which I always believe you should have that as your bare minimum. But keep in mind that contingencies are an obstacle in the transaction. So the less of them there are, the better it seems to the seller, the faster they'll think they're going to be closing. So if you can keep your contingencies as down as much as possible, it really ups your chances of getting that house. Listen to me very carefully. Always use your own agent. Do not use a listing agent if you can avoid it. That listing agent has a fiduciary responsibility to the seller, which means if you go to them to put in an offer, they're going to want you to put the best offer that seller's ever seen for the most money possible, because that is their job. Now, if you go and use your own agent, that agent's job is to look out for you and treat you with a fiduciary responsibility, which means to get you the best deal that they possibly can. Last thing you need to know when making a winning offer is that sometimes you just need a quick reality check. Sometimes there might be little nail holes in the wall that needs to be patched. You might need to redo some paint. These are all little things that are, honestly, in my opinion, are important to buying a home, because that is the stuff that when you move into that home, it becomes your own. You add your personality to it. And those are just the little things you would want to do anyways to make that home your own. And that is how you're going to make a winning offer on your next home. Now keep in mind that you're not always going to win, and if you don't, take it as a sign that it wasn't enough for you to begin with. If you guys have any more questions for me, feel free to DM me here or here, and I'd be happy to help out as much as I can. Thanks for watching. See ya.